Hello everybody, now this is Leaf Forecaster Mark from with US Weather Plus, and this is the severe weather update for August 1st, 2013. It will be about the severe weather including hail in the Great Plains, because we're seeing some pretty good storms today in Nebraska and South Dakota. Brought to you by US Weather Plus, affiliated with Severe Weather Alert Team. Please like them on Facebook for facebook.com/50stateswx. Of course, like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter, facebook.com/usweatherplus, twitter.com/usweatherplus1. Now these are the Storm Prediction Center's Day 1 probabilistic outlooks. We have a 5% tornado risk across portions of central Nebraska and extending into a bit of South Dakota, so we could be seeing some isolated tornadoes. A 30% wind risk here in central and eastern Nebraska, but although it may not be the case, my opinion is that there will not be that much wind because the storms will weaken by the evening, and usually wind comes in the second part of the day, like in the evening. And hail will be the bigger threat, because we have a hatched area with 30% for portions of Nebraska and South Dakota again. We could be seeing significant hail too, so this would be some pretty significant event. I'm not expecting a severe weather outbreak, but I am thinking that there could be 150 to 250 reports. Now this is the Storm Prediction Center's Day 1 categorical outlook. They have a slight risk from Idaho and Montana all the way into the plains and to Iowa. But if this is not a moderate risk, so that is why I'm not expecting a severe weather outbreak. You usually get a severe weather outbreak when you get a risk moderate or higher. Now there is sea text here in the mid-Atlantic because we got a slight chance of some isolated damaging wind across much of the east and south, and maybe even some isolated hail here in South Carolina and Georgia maybe. Now, let's take a look at the Storm Prediction Center's text explanation about today. Multiple clusters of elevated thunderstorms are ongoing from the Black Hills southeastward across Nebraska, with activity largely being forced by a diurnally weakening low-level wind maximum. Latest model guidance suggests that a subset of these storms may persist today, likely intensifying and becoming surface-based as the low-level jet re-intensifies, owing to the coupling with the right entrance region of an upper-level jet streak across the upper Midwest. Additional storms are expected to form this afternoon across eastern Wyoming, western South Dakota, along the synoptic front and favored terrain. And I agree with that. The collocation of a relatively moist boundary layer, LE, lowest 100 millibar mean mixing ratios of 11 to 12 grams per kilogram beneath steep mid-level lapse rates will result in the development of moderate afternoon instability, with ML Cape values approaching 1500 to 3000 joules per kilogram. I'm thinking there could be more like 2000 to 3,500, but I'm not sure because this is only my opinion and we'll see. But instability looks to be pretty high. This instability will coincide with a kinematic environment featuring a vertically veering wind profile with 40 to 50 knots of deep layer shear. As such, initial storm modes will likely be supercellular, with a risk for very large hail and possibly a couple of tornadoes. The intensification of a slight nocturnal low-level wind maximum will promote upscale growth of storms in the southeastward moving clusters tonight, with a continued risk for damaging winds and hail. We'll see about damaging winds, but hail, yeah. Could be a lot of hail. So we're going to take a look at my outlook for this. Now, this is the severe weather key. I'm sorry it's a little blurry. I'll do better next time. It's a little blurry, but I'll just tell you what it stands for. The yellow is T showers, Orange thunderstorms, isolated strong. Red, strong thunderstorms, isolated to scattered severe. Blue, widespread severe thunderstorms. And purple, tornado outbreak or violent tornadoes. A black circle hatched area means that significant wind or hail will be possible. Now we're going to take a look. First of all, we're going to take a look at where there'll be just thunder showers. And we're expecting much of the east here, one system, and this is the other system. Now, why there's this circular gap here, that's a little interesting. Now, this is a low pressure system located here, and it's heading eastward. There's going to be the front passing through the southeast today, could be bringing some storms across the Carolinas and Georgia and Alabama, although they'll be isolated. But that's why before I said that there was 5% risk for the east. Now this is the isolated strong thunderstorms area. As you see, much of the east coast will be that, as well as the South Carolina and Georgia, much of southern Georgia and South Carolina in a hail risk here, and the Gulf Coast and Florida in a separate damaging wind threat, strong wind threat. And here is our main system. We'll be producing strong storms all over the orange area. Now here's the red area, where there will be isolated scattered severe storms. In this case, there will be scattered severe storms. Well, there'll be isolated severe storms across the whole red area here, from the Intermountain Rockies to the Central Plains, but scattered severe storms will be expected across this blue circle I just outlined, because here is the hatched area, and I'm expecting some significant severe weather across this hatched area, which includes central and eastern Nebraska and extreme south-central South Dakota. Maybe even into Wyoming, I'm not sure yet. But the biggest threat will be in that hatched area. Now, see, we've got this warm front, we got our system in Wyoming, and that will be moving southeast. We've got a warm front here that's stretching through Nebraska and Wyoming. Now this system's gonna be around here by midnight tonight. We also got a forming cold front. Currently there's no cold front yet, it's just a dry line, but it's gonna be a cold front shortly from Wyoming to Minnesota. There's gonna be a cold front that's gonna be moving southeast, and as it forms, some damaging wind threat will be possible, but I'm still not really sure if there will be that much damaging wind. So that's it. We'll have tomorrow our next update for the severe weather. We're seeing severe weather tomorrow in much of the same regions, just a little more south, but with a lesser threat. And into Saturday, no, it'll be Saturday. Yeah, it'll be Saturday. So into Saturday, we're seeing the threat continue to the southeast with the possible MCS. So we'll keep you updated. Thank you for watching, and again, don't forget to like us on Facebook and visit our website too, because we want to get a lot of views there. So have a good evening. Bye.